So are you a golfer who's just looking to add a little bit more consistency to your game? Well, in this video, we're going to show you how you can sync up your arms and your body better, which is going to help you add that consistency and improve your performance on the course. Thank you once again for joining me here at the Forest of Arden. We are talking today about how you can sync up the body and the arms, which is definitely going to help you be a little bit more consistent out on the golf course. This is something I see quite a few golfers doing incorrectly, and it makes it very, very difficult to repeat the good shots that you will hit. Just before we get started, if you're new to my channel and you're not a subscriber, I would love you to be so. It's free. There's videos coming each and every week. There is a subscription link in the description box down below, but there's a clickable link at the end of the video if you would rather wait for that one. So a few weeks ago, I posted a video talking a little bit about how the hips work in the golf swing, and we used a slightly different camera angle. We used a camera from over here. That got some good positive feedback, so we're going to use this camera again to discuss how we can sync up the body and the arms. Now, you're probably not going to see your golf swing from this angle too often, so we're going to use this to kind of look at the ideas, and then we're going to switch to a face-on camera where we can actually go through what I would like you to think about if you're practicing, if you feel this is you and you struggle with this movement. So we're going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to hit 2 shots, and I want to show you those different golf swings from this view here and how they will be different in what we're looking at in that trail arm. So let's go ahead and hit those 2 shots, and we're going to talk about the differences that we see. Okay, so what did we notice from this camera angle here looking at the golfer? Well, we was really looking at the trail elbow and where that was relative to maybe some other body parts, or let's say the heels. So in that first golf swing, what you will notice is that my trail elbow stopped in around about this position here. In that second golf swing, the trail elbow got much what I call deeper, and so got much closer to the middle of my heels. Now, when we look at the golf swing from a different angle, we see how that really changes what we see and how that changes what the arms do relative to the body. So when we go to the face on, they would look like this. So the first golf swing, we would see my arms much more structured and my elbow more in front of me. And that second golf swing, we would see the elbow, as we say, get much deeper. We often find that causes the lead arm to flex more. You might find that my hands are almost disappeared behind my head. And so we've got a lot more travel in the arms relative to the body. As I'm sure you can see where we're going with this, the more that the arms get past the body and we get these arms deeper at the top, it just becomes so much more difficult to get them back synced up relative to your body. So we're looking at the trail elbow and we're trying to keep that relationship with the body very, very good. If I ask you to take your starting position here and just take your right arm, put a little bit of bend in it, you'll notice that your elbow is in front of you. Now, what we don't want in the golf swing is we don't want that elbow to end up being in line with the shoulders. You can see from this camera angle now, it's in line with my shoulders. If I get it in line with my shoulders and make a rotation, again, you can see from that face on camera, my elbow's got excessively deep. Very, very difficult to get it back in front of you from there. And we often find that those golfers who get that excessively deep elbow really struggle on the way down. They get it very, very high. They often get the club shaft very, very steep, and they really struggle to get that golf club into an excellent delivery position. So when you're looking at your golf swing from face on, what would you look to do? Well, I really want you to try and feel like with your irons, you make a big full turn with the shoulders, but you feel like your hands are more outside of your trail foot. So that would look more like this. I've got a big turn with the shoulders, but my hands stay much more outside of my trail foot. That helps my elbow relationship to my body, keeps that more in sync, and I'm able to sync that up much better in the downswing. Because we're making a full turn, we should still find that we can generate some speed, because very often when you talk to someone about making a shorter arm swing, the communication is, I feel like I'm gonna hit the ball short, it feels like a half swing. And those are difficult things to take to the golf course because no one really wants to give up distance. This wouldn't necessarily be the case, it might just be the feels that you experience. So from the face on, it should hopefully look a little bit like this. So a pretty full turn, but I kept the arms much more in front of me, and that helps me on the way down get everything synced up to hit some golf shots a little bit more like that one. So elbow position relative to your body, don't let that trail elbow get too deep in the backswing. Very, very difficult to recover from there. It can give all sorts of difficult shots to deal with on the golf course, poor strikes, poor directions, inconsistent shots. So if you feel that you fall into those categories, it might be worth just popping a camera in this angle here, having a look at your golf swing and just seeing where that elbow is relative to your body. You might see some things that you haven't seen using the traditional kind of down the line and face on cameras that we tend to use more often. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was informative, helpful. Might just get you to think a little bit differently about your golf swing and work on something which might help you hit some better shots in practice and then ultimately out on the course. Usual stuff is below the video, comments box, like button, and also the subscribe links that we talked about at the start. Would love to have you part of this journey and we can help you play some better golf this year. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully see you back here again soon.